In spite of the fact the Pirates lost the first 2 games of this series to the Cubs, the Sun still came up over Pittsburgh this morning, and the Bucs still a game and a half out of that second wild card spot, chasing St. Louis. Out on Federal Street, Kids Day Sunday crowd gathering to see the third and final game of this set with the Chicago Cubs. Pirates trying to salvage a game behind left-hander Jeff Locke, who makes his second start of 2012. 24-year-old left-hander out of Conway, New Hampshire. And Dale Swaim sends out the Cubs lineup like this. Joe Mather will lead off and play center field. And Barney and Rizzo. Soriano bats in the cleanup spot. 4 out of 10 in this series with a home run and 4 runs batted in. Then Castro. Josh Vitters makes a start at third base. Dave Suppelt in right. Anthony Recker doing the catching. And Chris Russin makes his first start against the Pirates, the 25-year-old rookie.
Jeff Locke's numbers brought to us by the Western Pennsylvania Chevy dealers. Not really a whole lot of numbers to look at. Hasn't been here that long, and as Tim, you just said, just getting ready to make his second start this year. Total batting average is pretty nice, though, 222. That'd be excellent if he can keep that number around that same neighborhood. That'll bring that ERA down in a hurry.
That'll be nice. It would be nice if he can hold these Cubs at bay today. Now remember, the Pirates have 4 games next week against the Cubs. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. No, I beg your pardon. It's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then Monday, a wraparound series in Chicago. So 5 more games remaining against Chicago, with 3 with Cincinnati in between. Pirates will leave right after the game today to head over to the Queen City and start a series tomorrow night with the Reds. But right now, time for Locke to shut down the Cubs. Cubs winning last night's ball game by a 4-3 score. And Jeff Samardzija, who got a complete game last night, his first of his career, in his last start of 2012. So we're set to go in this one, as Locke will face Joe Mather. Mather steps in, hitting an even 200 with 4 homers and 17 runs knocked in. First pitch of the ball game from Locke is hit in the air to right field. That's a base hit. One pitch and 1 hit.
Well, didn't hit it very hard. Just a little flare, but not the way you want to get the game going. Pretty good pitch right in the outside corner for strike 1. Off the end of the bat, just dunks it in.
Jeff's last start did not go so well, allowing 5 runs on 7 hits in 5 innings. Lost a 5-1 decision to Houston. It was Monday afternoon at PNC Park here. Locke's first start of the season with the Bucs. And now Barney shows bunt and takes a ball.
Seems to me, thinking back on Locke's start, that it was kind of better than the numbers showed. One walk, 6 strikeouts.
Allowed a big 3-run home run in the 5th to Brent Wallace that ultimately chased him.
I think that's maybe what I was thinking about. That he was able to take away that 1 at bat, which you can't do, but still, that was the problem.
Darwin Barney defensively, 124 straight games without an error now. The new National League single season record holder. He passed Ryan Sandberg's record for the Cubs of 123 straight, but that was done over 2 seasons. Barney's done it all this season. Hasn't made an error since the 17th of April against Miami. In fact, he's gone 1,003 innings playing errorless baseball at second base. The major league record, 141 straight games. Placido Polanco when he was with the Tigers. 1-1. One foul. It's a ball and 2 strikes to Darwin Barney.
Looks like a superstar at shortstop, very young, and Barney, I wouldn't consider him a superstar, but very solid.
Well, Cubs middle infield looks like it's set for years to come.
Well, they certainly, unless they wanted to, they don't have to worry about doing anything in those 2 positions. With everything else they got going on, trying to rebuild the club, I would think that the priorities of improvement lies elsewhere.
Another good young player, and Anthony Rizzo. Dale Swaim in his first year as skipper of the Cubs. Held the reins in Milwaukee on an interim basis before returning as the hitting coach. Three and two now to Darwin Barney.
Dale was a manager in the Pirates minor league system. When he first hung up the spikes, but playing. Managed in Altoona for a while. Walk, keeping the ball down pretty good.
Payoff pitch, ground ball to short. Barnes will take it himself. That's two. Double play. Hunt had one of those in the game last night, a 6 unassisted to 3 double play. And he's got one here this afternoon. There are 2 outs and nobody on.
And my guess is that Locke is going to see a lot of this kind of stuff behind him, as he's so good at keeping the ball down about the knees. A lot of those right-hand hitters are going to be putting it on the ground to short, third, trying to pull him.
Anthony Rizzo batting now against Jeff Locke. Locke deals a strike to him. Rizzo had a hit last night. He was also hit by a pitch. Ground ball to center field and a base hit. Second hit of the inning. This one a 2-out single. So with 2 outs, a man aboard for the cleanup man, Alfonso Soriano.
Both hits he's given up, really not much. He's taken the sting out of the bat. That's the main job as a pitcher. This is just about a 3-hop, maybe even 4-hop chopper that perfectly in the hole. And the other one a little off the end of the bat flare.
Pirates infield playing him to pull on the right side. That's why there was so much room there. And with the right-handed batter Soriano up, they shift the other way. So Holt is near the second base back. Soriano takes strike 1. He had a home run last night, his first time up. Solo shot. Now with 27 home runs.
See the infield defense, how they're swung over playing the pull.
Strike 2 to Soriano. Soriano's 27 homers, the most since he hit 29 in 2008. His 92 RBIs, his most in a single season in 6 years with the Cubs, and the most since he had 95 in 2006 as a member of the Washington Nationals. He had 48 home runs that year, so that was a pretty good year. It's also the year he moved out to the outfield. His 5 years numbers for Soriano. Jeff Locke's 1-2. And you got him looking. Freezes Soriano. And Jeff Locke gets the punch out. Nothing across for the Cubs, and the Bucks coming to bat. Gave up a couple of hits, helped out by a double play started by Clint Barmas. So no score after the first half inning. The Pirates lineup is brought to you by Toyota. Brock Holt back in that leadoff spot. Starling Marte, then Andrew McCutchen, Garrett Jones, Gabby Sanchez fifth, Alvarez in the sixth spot. In the fourth, Michael McHenry catching today. 8 hits and 7 runs batted in his last 23 at bats. Barmas 8th, Jeff Locke batting 9th against southpaw Chris Russin.
Russin's numbers won't be much to look at. He's just had a couple of starts. His last start was horrendous, to say the least. I'm sure he couldn't wait to get back out there this afternoon and try to put that start against the Nationals behind him.
Russin
trying to put himself into play for a look in spring training by the Cubs, perhaps, as a starter.
He's got an interesting delivery, a little bit of deception. Clint Hurdle described him as a dart thrower earlier today, and you'll see the way that he releases the baseball. Doesn't have a ton of velocity, but throws a variety of pitches. And Holt, ground ball to second. Darwin Barney throws him out, 1 gone. Rivers Casino tips to win today.
Well, I don't know where the hits are, the home runs. We haven't hit a home run yet. Maybe they're on the game film, and that's kind of like what I was just talking about with Russin. I would hope that they would really have looked at that National start, watch what the Nationals were able to do against him, and go at him the same way this afternoon. 1 inning, 8 hits, 5 runs, and that's what he did in his last start against the Nationals. The secret to getting runs today might lie in that video. So with a young guy, you don't really know much about, and then they had 5 days ago somebody just ripped him apart. But you want to watch that film.
Esposito, the hitting coach, pitching coach, beg your pardon. Marte bunts it back to the pitcher. Almost beat it out. 2 men out. Trying to get it past him on the first base side with the left-hander falling off to the third base side.
A reverse spin, though. Watch. Reverse spin back to the other side. Nice little nifty move. Not a very good punt.
No.
I mean, he could have spun around like a whirling dervish. It wouldn't have mattered if it was a good bunt.
Andrew McCutchen's average down to .341. Struck out 3 times in the game last night. Was hit by a pitch. He'd like to really get going. Pirates with a huge 3-game series coming up starting tomorrow night with Cincinnati. Jeff Samardzija on the right. One of the better games he's had.
The Pirates had 4 hits last night, 4 hits Friday night. The offense has just kind of gone into hibernation against the Cubs.
Samardzija's season is done. Shut down after last night's game. He won't pitch again this year. McCutchen hammers it. Deep left field. Way back it goes. It is gone. Home run. Andrew McCutchen. 1-0 Pirates.
Must have been on the film. Found those home runs immediately.
First home run of the homestand by a Pirate, and it comes in the final game of it. 25th homer of the year for McCutchen. And that's a welcome sight to see.
Fastball with not a whole lot on it. Middle part of the plate. About mid-thigh. Not much question about whether that one was getting out either. Daytime baseball here is like a lot of other ballparks. The ball will jump.
His first home run since the 15th of August against the Dodgers. Two balls and no strikes to Garrett Jones as McCutchen has hit a solo homer to get the Bucks on the board first. Jones rips it foul. This was a no-doubter off the bat of McCutchen.
You're looking at the location. It's right in the middle of the plate. About mid-thigh. Not a whole lot on it. 88 mile an hour. It's not, as you said, not a hard thrower, and it goes about 8 rows back. Probably about 390 there at the wall where it went out.
Pedro getting the scouting report.
Yep. Just asking a little bit. Just asking him, did he get all of it? Could be asking that also.
Well, Jones certainly didn't get all of that one, but it falls in for a 2-out single.
Continues his good hitting. He's been hitting cleanup nowadays. Right-handers, left-handers, doesn't make any difference. He's really gone through a little transformation. Went from the beginning of the year not playing against left-handers to batting cleanup against them.
Gabby Sanchez takes ball 1. Sanchez back out there at first base today. He started 5 of the last 7 games at first. Russin delivers. It's inside, ball 2. Good to see the offense early. And hopefully that's not all the offense. Last night Pirates with 2 runs in the first, and then they only had a couple of hits after that. Managed to put another run together in the 7th inning, but they were helped out by an error by Cubs shortstop Starlin Castro at the time. Castro, he's a great young player, just 22 years of age, still has some things to work on defensively, but very strong arm, very good sense of the game. Here's the 3-0. Walked in. 2 on and 2 out for Alvarez. A 2-out lightning early would be good after the home run by McCutchen lit things up.
Pedro likes to hit home runs in day games. 16 of them come with the sunshine.
304 average in daytime starts.
And this would be a real nice long ball to hit. Get up by 4 runs. Have a fun afternoon. Maybe cruise a little bit.
Foul tip for strike 1. Pedro's average has been floating around 250 in recent days.
You probably want another swing at that last one. Yeah, that one down a little bit.
Took a little more off that, came in at 82.
Going in between these two. A little lower than number 1, a little higher than number 2. You split those 2 pitches and got a good chance it's going to get hit hard.
2 on, 2 out. 0-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. Pirates get a run on 2 hits. They leave 2. The home run by Andrew McCutchen. The difference early as McCutchen drills his 25th home run of the year. Hits it over the left field wall to give the Bucs a 1-0 lead.
Have a 1-0 lead, and Jeff Locke has some unfinished business. What am I speaking of? Well, I asked Ray Searage to break it down for me this afternoon.
The biggest thing I want him to do is relax and execute his pitches and think of one pitch at a time. And that curveball was a good selection, but he didn't finish the pitch. And ultimately, the guy got a 3-run home run off him. And I think he's going to learn by that experience that he's going to make sure that he finishes his breaking ball.
Ray was referring to the hanging curve to Houston's Brett Wallace that resulted in a 3-run homer that Tim Neverett referenced earlier in the broadcast. Finishing pitches. Let's see if he can finish a few more and maybe find himself in the win column for the first time in his career, guys.
It would be nice to finish one of those off. I think that would make for a happy flight for Mr. Locke and the rest of the Pirates as Jeff deals high to Starlin Castro.
Yeah, the one thing that everybody right now is hanging on to is the standings, which looks the same as it has for the last week. The Pirates just a game and a half back. No reason for panic other than the fact that the team just isn't playing well, but no one else is playing well either. You look at what the Cardinals are 3-7 in their last 10 games.
They will wrap up a series with Milwaukee at Busch Stadium later today. The Reds are playing at home against Houston and losing early, 1-0. Just 1.5. The Dodgers with a win over the Giants 3-2 yesterday, so they're a half game out, but still the Pirates right on the heels. They haven't moved off of that game and a half distance between themselves and the Cards in a while. 3-1 to Castro. .281 for Castro. 12 home runs. Castro had one hit last night. He was also hit by a pitch, and he walked once, so he was on base 3 times in the game. In the air to right field, Garrett Jones has a beat on it. 1 out. You can place a deposit for your 2013 Pirates season tickets today. From full season to half and 20 game plans, there's a plan that's just right for you. And a lot of great benefits, too, all season long. For example, you can use the batting cages and take batting practice. There are Q&As with Pirates management and a lot more. Deposits made now receive 2012 postseason priority. To place your deposit, go to pirates.com/2013. Josh Vitters, 075. One of the prospects called up from AAA Iowa to finish the season. Cubs have high hopes for Vitters.
The Cubs are doing what the Pirates have done for years. Now holding a September tryout camp.
It's pretty much what it is, isn't it?
A lot of those guys in the lineup this afternoon.
And a bouncer to short. There is Barmes. 2 away. Locke gets the first 2 here in the second. And the right fielder, Dave Suppelt, will come up. So when you look at the bottom of this order, if you want evidence that this is a September tryout camp, Josh Vitters, Dave Suppelt, and Anthony Recker, and Chris Russin, the bottom 4 hitters, have 6 hits combined this season.
Not very many major league at bats right there.
Suppelt is 0 for 7. He had some time last year. Big league, Suppelt did. 1-0. Suppelt looks out at Jeff Locke.
Came over with Travis Wood from Cincinnati.
Well, we saw Suppelt in the outfield with Cincinnati last year. Here, made a couple of mistakes in a game one night that cost the Reds that particular ball game. 20 different rookies this season, 3rd most in franchise history since 1946. More evidence of a youth movement in Chicago.
Suppelt played last year. 38. I just looked and I forgot already. 38 games with the Reds before being traded to the Cubs.
It's a mind like a steel trap.
Yeah, like a steel trap. That's right. It's trapped in there. I can't get it out.
That's his first hit of the season at the big league level. 2-out single for Suppelt.
Hit sharply. But again, on the ground to the left side. It's going to be something we see a lot with Locke on the mound. So see that a lot with Mulholland, Duke. Left side of the infield, we get a workout when those two guys are pitching.
Well, Locke now will face Anthony Recker doing the catching. Recker was recalled from Double-A Tennessee Tuesday. Made his Cubs debut that night as a pinch hitter in the 9th inning. He flied out and was a defensive replacement in the 9th on Wednesday in that Washington series. Recker takes a strike. Recker was acquired by the Cubs from the Oakland Athletics on the 27th of August. He was a member of Oakland's opening day roster, but was optioned to Triple-A in late May. Hit .265 in Sacramento in Triple-A. Inside corner, called strike 2. Originally a draft choice of the Oakland A's in the 18th round in 2005. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. The runner at first is Sepelt. Pirates a 1-0 lead on a home run by Andrew McCutchen in the bottom of the first. Popped up foul over the first base dugout, well up into the seats. Well, the count remains 0-2 to Recker. Prior to his call up from Double-A, he had 18 major league games split over 2 seasons. So not a lot of big league experience for Anthony Recker, trying to gain some with Chicago here in the final month of the season. 0-2 foul back. Jeff Locke, 24 years of age, out of Conway, New Hampshire, Center Conway. A lot of eyes. A lot of people up in that part of the woods, literally.
Oh, moose up there.
A lot of moose up there, yeah. Where Conway is, it's not far from the state of Maine.
A lot of moose in Maine.
The Saco River comes down from Maine in through Conway.
That's the moose kind of follow the river.
Yeah, they do. It's you got to drink something.
Say. I don't have to get my atlas out and check all this, right?
No, you don't.
Okay.
You don't. You will not have to do that.
All right.
Plus, don't you have a new atlas that you've downloaded on your new phone?
Yeah, but I still have the old one, the hard copy. It's my favorite.
1-2, swing and a miss, and Locke gets his second strikeout of the game. No runs, a hit, a man left through an inning and a half. Pirates 1, Cubs 0.
Pirates Baseball on Root Sports is brought to you by Chevrolet and their award-winning cars, trucks, and crossovers. By your Toyota dealers. Life is all about the ride. See your Western Pennsylvania Toyota dealers today for a great car with a great deal. And by Day Automotive. We're going to make your day. Let's go, Bucks!
Well, Ariana gave up her nap for her first Pirate game.
No, that's what Steve was telling me. He gave up his nap today for this game.
Yeah, that's nice of him. Every once in a while. Well, I guess the real estate a little different out there in the water.
A little houseboat action coming out. You don't see many houseboats with a front yard, but
no.
There you go.
A lot of room there.
Yeah, you could play a little league game out of the front yard.
A picnic table.
Yeah.
Youngsters having a good day on a Kids' Day Sunday. Pirates batting in the bottom of the second inning, leading 1-0. Michael McHenry takes a strike from Chris Russell.
Yeah, you could go out and have a game of catch. You can't do that on many houseboats.
I like the picnic table.
Maybe he's moving too.
It's not centered in the yard or anything.
No, you get it off the side.
Be nice to have a fire pit somewhere. It's got some unwitting neighbors.
That's just some neighborhood people.
One ball and 2 strikes to McHenry. You know, if you had that house, you wouldn't need to rent a place in Florida in the spring. Just motor it down there. McHenry down on strikes. One man out. Second strikeout for Russell.
A little movement on that last pitch now. Tail on it.
Barmes looking for a hit, hitting .220. Takes a strike. Russell's starting to pump in some strikes.
Hit the bullseye with those darts.
Not that time. 1-1. Pirates got the 1-0 lead on the home run by Andrew McCutchen in his first at bat. His 25th of the year. That one way down and in. Swinging over the top is Barmes. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ready for the 1-2 is Clint Barmes, Pirate shortstop. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pretty nice crowd here on this Sunday afternoon. Very pleasant at the park. 66 degrees at game time. Sunshine. Great way to spend a Sunday afternoon in September. Nice skies over Pittsburgh. Two pitch. Inside, the count full, 3-2. Barmes in the first inning ended up turning a double play, 6 unassisted to 3 after Mather led the game off with a base hit.
You can see where they were trying to pitch in there. Everything was inside trying to jam him, and then once they got to that 3-ball pitch, tried to backdoor the breaking ball, and he couldn't bring it in.
Well, no matter where you are, if you're on a houseboat or anywhere else, you can follow the Pirates with the MLB.com At Bat 12 app for your iPhone, iPad, Android, BlackBerry, and Windows Mobile. Get live audio, pitch tracking, video highlights, and more. Text at BAT to 31826 or visit Pirates.com for details. Jeff Locke is 0 for 1 this year with a strikeout. He's going to try to bunt. Takes a strike. He's looking for his first career sacrifice bunt.
Vitter's being pretty aggressive. He's coming down from third quite quickly on that first pitch.
See how shiny and new Jeff's helmet looks. Doesn't get very much use. And, he held it out there. That's a strike. 0-2.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
That's right out of the box.
It's all polished up. Got good hair too, does he?
0-2 pitch, and Locke will try to get this one down.
Did I?
Ball, yeah.
The sun shining off that helmet.
That's what a brand new one looks like.
The batting gloves are like clear.
Well, check out Barmer's helmet.
His has had some use.
See McHenry's? He's all beat up. Locke strikes out, can't get the bunt down.
A lot of times the hitters' helmets, they see most of their use banging off the floor in the tunnel behind the dugout.
Yeah.
So that's where they get most of their marks.
Locke should go back in the tunnel and throw his helmet around a little bit, get some scratches and scuffs on it.
If you see a pitcher just doesn't get mad at its helmet very often. Usually it's the glove.
Usually he's going to ask directions to where his helmet is. 2 men out. Here's Brock Holt. Holt is 0 for 1, grounded out to second in the first. And at first is Barmes, and he gets back. So now his helmet's relatively new also. He's been using it a little bit more than Locke has.
He hadn't had a whole lot of reasons to throw it around either.
No. He's been getting his share of hits.
Still hitting .360 right now. It's one very fortunate thing that has happened to the Pirates with Walker going down, his replacement batting .360. He's helping out a little bit, but not helping out enough. So the record is not where they would like it.
2 balls in, no strikes. Yeah, Walker not able to go again today. He's missed the entire homestand. Thought that we might see him in the Cubs series, but very slow return after tightness in his lower back. Missed the Houston series, now missing the Cubs series. And Neil Walker Fathead Jr. wall decal day today. Nothing junior about that though. Look how big those are. Should have had a few up here. We could put them on our wall. Pirates like somewhere maybe right here because we don't want to cover that up. Put it right there. No, you don't like it? Holt ground ball to second. Barney from the lip of the outfield grass throws him out. So the Pirates done in the second. We'll head to the third. 1-0 Bucks. This day in Pirates history, September 9th, 1992, Jeff King hit his second career grand slam off Ken Patterson in the 6th inning of the Pirates' 13-8 win over the Cubs. Brought to you by Day Automotive. We're going to make your day. Ban the DH, Bob. Look at that.
You know what you're looking at right there?
What?
That's the first female commissioner of baseball.
You think
right
so?
There. She will be. I have no doubt. That is her future.
Well, we know who she lets influence her baseball decisions. Mr. Walk.
Commissioner?
Madam Commissioner? Russell, the pitcher, takes a strike, and it's 1-1. One pitch to the Cubs pitcher. Up high, 2-1. It's amazing the things that sometimes people, they don't think that it means anything, but all of a sudden takes off. Like Bob wanting to put a movement together to ban the designated hitter.
I don't want to put a movement together. Just happened.
Just have it happen. Yeah. One out as Russian grounds out to Brock Holt. Follow us on Twitter at Root Sports Pit. Special giveaways and behind the scenes looks at your favorite teams. Join the conversation with Dan Potash, Rob King, and others on Twitter today. And tell us how you root at Root Sports Pit. Top of the order for the Cubs with one out. Joe Mather. He had a bloop single in the first inning to the opposite field. Now they're making the start today in center field. Doesn't do that a lot. Brett Jackson's been out there, but he was hurt the other day, and now Mather 2 for 2. Line shot single.
A little different than that first hit where he just flared one in off the end of the bat. He got that one right down the middle, and that's how you're supposed to hit him. Locke's been doing a pretty good job to this point of not throwing too many pitches in the heart of the plate. Locke is not an overpowering type guy. He needs to stay on the edges. Good shot there by the AGH cam, as always. Showing all the little things that you just can't see when you're watching it live.
Darwin Barney hit into a double play in the first.
Keeps his helmet nice. Huh? Look at that.
Maybe he's got a new one. Mather certainly doesn't.
That's another thing about the helmets. A lot of guys, that, for whatever reason, they want them dirty and scuzzy looking.
A lot of guys put pine tar up there.
If you take some alcohol and try to clean them up, they actually get upset with you.
Guys want the pine tar in the helmet. Just another thing they can use when they're at the plate to get their batting gloves sticky. Michael McKemry will go out and visit with Locke. One ball, no strikes to Darwin Barney. There are all the tools in the on deck circle.
The pine tar is actually in that. You can see it looks like it's folded over a piece of vinyl. It's got like a terry cloth interior that they drizzle that pine tar all over it. It's that little thing right there. Then you have the stick on top of it is the same thing. It's kind of real hard. It comes off almost like a glue.
He hits one high and down the left field side. Marte chasing it as far as he can. Foul ball.
There's been some pitchers known to like hide a little of that stuff on their bodies and go out and pitch with it so they can get a little tackiness on their fingers.
Never heard of such a thing.
That way you can maybe get a little extra on the spin of a breaking ball or sinker, something like that. Just kind of improves the grip. It doesn't help you throw an illegal pitch, but it does help you maybe throw the legal pitches a little bit better. Get that little bit nicer grip on the ball.
Anybody you know did that?
No.
No?
I've heard about it. You hear things, through the grapevine that guys would do that. The pitching coach, Resposio, he would know nothing about that.
Arnes does not get the lead runner.
Wow. First look, I thought he had him. We'll have to go to the tape. What do you think? I was surprised to see the save call.
I thought he had him on a force here.
Well, that was
Maybe
awfully
the foot
close.
Just barely got in.
Yeah. The foot was on the. That's always such a tough one to deal with, even on a replay, because you're having to watch the ball hit the glove and then look to the base. And by that time, the foot could be on it.
Paul Emmel with the call at second base. Anthony Rizzo batting with 1 out and 2 on. In the air to left center field. Marte towards the out. 2 gone for the Cubs. Quick at bat for Rizzo.
Soriano really did a lot of chasing of bad pitches down in yesterday's ball game. You would think he'll get a lot of breaking pitches out of the strike zone, a little low, so you get some chases from him. Maybe some sinkers. J-Mac, yesterday's starter, worked some downstairs stuff to him. And also, Hughes really threw some nice sinkers to him. Gets ahead, I think, with a changeup.
Alfonso Soriano's put up some impressive numbers.
Anything can throw now? Backdoor breaking ball. 0-1.
If he can get ahead.
Vic Bloom says that it's going to be an off-speed pitch more often than a fastball, and likes the curve. Fastball in. Now you saw that the percentage was almost at 50%, so that's kind of flip a coin in that instance. And as a pitcher, I think that's basically what you always want all your percentages to be. You don't want to ever get locked in on throwing a certain pitch and a certain count all the time. And then that's a nice variety there. About half of them fastballs and curveballs, changeups, split the difference.
There it goes. And walking to third is Mather. Stolen base. Will be his 4th steal of the year.
And a little bit of a blunder there, wouldn't you say? Not moving into second base. Is that Barney down there?
Yeah, he stuck at first.
What was he doing? The only reason you want to steal third there is to try and get the trail runner in the scoring position. He was caught sleeping. Look at the 1-2 count. He loves the curve.
And he went upstairs and struck him out for the 2nd time this afternoon. Cubs leave 2 after 2.5. Pirates 1, Cubs nothing. Well, the pitch probability we showed you last night on the telecast comes from Bloomberg Sports and takes into account 5 different variables to make their predictions. Pitchers' pitch selection over the last 3 years, pitcher batter history, batter handedness, is he right-handed or left-handed, the count, and runners on base. Pretty neat tool to have. What would Zoltan do? He might go to Bloomberg and try to predict the pitch probability.
Zoltan would look fastball and take his rips.
Starling Marte takes inside for a ball.
You know, I was thinking last night when we were talking about the pitch probability, it could be as useful or more useful to somebody that's a base stealer. You know, it's very important for those guys to try and run on off-speed pitches. And if you have a starting pitcher that day that you think you might be able to run on, maybe he's a little on the slow side to the plate, see what he does in different counts to the guys that are hitting behind you. And if something stands out, then you know where you want to try and run.
Barney making the catch. Rizzo thought he had it lined up, but the ball kept twisting back deeper and deeper into fair territory. Barney ends up making the play. Marte 0 for 2.
A little bit of a breeze going out to center field, kind of moved that ball back to Barney.
Barrel Automotive League leader stat, highest average against left-handed pitching. Barrel is driven to be better. Andrew McCutchen, the leader in this category, .412 his average against lefties. 1 for 1 with a home run. Two balls and no strikes to McCutchen. 1 man out. Base is empty. Love to see Kutch get hot again starting now. A couple of cool type of games the last few. Last night especially, 3 strikeouts in the game. He ended up going 0 for 3, hit by a pitch and scored a run. Did not have a hit in Friday night's game either. Well, he was robbed a couple of times. And McCutchen walks. Didn't want any part of it. Chris Russin. Will pitch to Garrett Jones. Jones is 1 for 1. An opposite field single in the first. Russin out of the University of Kentucky pitched there. Jones fouls this one back.
4 years. A lot of players come out after their junior year, but he was there for 4.
He was there for 4, but he finished up a class short of his degree. Needed 1 more class to get his degree in agriculture economics.
He figures if he needs it, he can go back and get it.
Yeah, I mean, 1 class you can do it. A semester, that's a lot, but just needs 1 more. Defensively, the Cubs are playing Garrett Jones, Starlin Castro up the middle, a little bit of room on the left side.
That's a traditional pull setup. You get the off infielder, in this case the shortstop. He plays over that edge of the mound. As you look out from home plate, you could draw a straight line from home plate right over the edge of the mound, right to the infielder.
Well, we've talked about it a bunch over the last week or so. Garrett Jones having a career year, putting up very solid numbers in the production department. Hot shot down to Barney. Castro back to Rizzo. And that is an inning-ending double play. We played 3 full at PNC Park. 1-0 Pirates. Hits for the Cubs. Pirates trying to salvage a game in this 3-game set. Cubs have taken the first 2. Time for our AT&T Mobility trivia question. Prior to Brock Holt, who was the last Pirate to attend Rice University? The last Pirate to attend Rice University. Trying to think of the Houston guys and work your way back out. Both Brad Lincoln and Chris Snyder went to the University of Houston, both Houston area natives. There's the pitch to Castro, the shortstop. 1 ball and no strikes. Castro flied to right field his first time up, 0 for 1. Two balls, no strikes. Any thoughts on that question?
I don't know.
Two-0 pitch. And pounded foul. 2 balls and a strike. I think it was fairly recently. The Astros were in. Somebody asked Brock Holt if he followed the Astros. Hadn't gone to school in Houston. He said nope. He's a Rangers fan. He's from Fort Worth in that area, which is not very far from Arlington, where the Rangers play. Three-1. And Castro gets it up in the air to right center field. And McCutcheon records out number 1 in the 4th. Castro's 0 for 2. Well, Josh Vitters have an opportunity now. Vitters grounded out to Barmes at shortstop in the 2nd inning. He is 0 for 1.
Locke certainly giving the Pirates an excellent start here this afternoon. Throwing up some zeros and getting some easy outs.
This one deep to left field. Marte on the run. He looks up, and this ball game's tied as Josh Vitters has hit his 2nd major league home run. It's a 1-1 game.
I guess you can put this one on me, huh?
You did it.
Well, you can blame it on me until you see where the pitch is. Then you won't. Watch the replay. Wasn't my fault.
Just a bad spot.
Pretty much put that one on a tee. I was ready to accept the jinx until I saw the location of the pitch. That was out pretty easy too.
But I played the hop really well there. Pelt singled through the left side of the infield his first time up. 1 ball, 2 strikes to him now. Josh Vitters with a home run.
Like 2 home runs now, and what? 6 hits. Have a little bit of power. The umpire's up on the wall there. You see that? So Gary Darling, the crew chief in red. When you go out to argue or when you're yelling at, you know who they are.
Ground ball to short. 2 out.
Gary Darling, crew chief. He got in a little bit of an argument with Clint. There's that pitch, a little breaking ball got in on him a little. Darling got in an argument was Friday night with Clint on a play at third. Tossed him.
Clint didn't agree with Gary, and when he went out to argue, he told him that he was going to be out there a while. I asked him yesterday, when you see a certain call in a certain situation of a game and you know you're going out there, do you go out there with the intent to get ejected? Do you think about it before you go up the steps? There's a deep fly ball to center field. McCutcheon up against the wall. It is gone. A solo home run for Anthony Recker. It is 2-1 Chicago. His first career home run.
He didn't get out there and try and pull it. Went back through the middle with it. But again, watch location. Right down the middle. That's two balls right in the middle of the plate. 2 home runs this inning.
Now the pitcher, Russian. Oh, pair of solo home runs for the Cubs, 1 solo home run for the Pirates. The home run has accounted for all of the runs this afternoon. Anthony Recker, who was in Double-A just a few weeks ago. It's his first big league home run. So the young Cubs producing this afternoon. Tapper, that's going to go foul.
They're trying to make some impressions. They're getting a look. I mean, we've been through this for so many years in September. And what the Cubs are doing right now, that there are a lot of determinations are being made about what they want to do in the off season, who's going to be in a running for jobs come March. He might have one.
And Jeff Samardzija, he's probably going to be their ace next year.
He's their ace right now.
Strike 3 called. And down on strikes goes Russell. 2 solo home runs given up by Locke, and the Cubs in front. Jeff Locke a little disappointed after giving up a pair of solo home runs. One to Josh Vitters and another to Anthony Recker. Recker's first major league home run. Hit it up into the bushes, and well, he wants to have that baseball.
Oh, everybody wants their first one, and hopefully it was recovered. That's the one place he can hit it where he might lose it, getting up into the hedges, but they're able to come up with it. So he'll have his first one.
Last half inning, we gave you our AT&T Mobility trivia question prior to Brock Holt, who was the last Pirate to attend Rice University. And the answer is Josh Rodriguez, who played for the Pirates in 2011. He was a Rule 5 guy. Rodriguez, the last Rice Owl before Brock Holt. Pirates looking to get the lead back. 2-1 Cubs, bottom of the fourth inning. Gabby Sanchez, Pedro Alvarez, and Michael McHenry due up. Gabby takes a strike. Sanchez walked in the first. One's left there.
Get our home run ball going again. Got to answer.
Strike two. Pitch inside on the hands. And Josh Vitters, the third baseman, his second major league home run. Third catcher used in this series. Different catcher going each day.
Giving a lot of guys a look, like we're saying, and it's the position the Cubs are in right now. It'll be interesting to see what kind of patience the Cubs have as far as this rebuilding process. Are they going to, do it through their minor league system, or will they come out and maybe spend a little bit of money trying to jumpstart things in the free agent market?
Bouncer to Castro.
One of the big market teams, obviously, being in Chicago.
I was talking to somebody with the Cubs crew 2 days ago, asking a question: will they make a splash in the offseason? They said they'll probably look to sign a couple of free agents, but not necessarily make a blockbuster maneuver. They want to continue on the path they're on, building from within for right now.
Well, there's your answer then. It'll be a little on the patient side. Soriano still here, kind of surprised a lot of people. We talked about this last couple of nights that he was rumored to be going a few different places at the trading deadline as they were making all their trades, trying to get rid of the older veteran players. But Soriano apparently chose not to go. Dallas Wayne, they've chosen him to oversee this transition period if they can rebuild a winner. Good man for the job.
1-2 to Pedro.